Hey friends, and welcome to Post to Post. Welcome to Jersey Concept Friday. If you're new, my name is Neil. Every single Friday here on the channel, we look at jersey concepts and designs from the community, from you guys. And today, boy, oh boy, do I have a doozy for you. 192 uniforms, actually, not jerseys, uniforms from a hypothetical 64-team expansion league. And these are by, Nifty. So Nifty came up with these. We have so many things to look at in this video. Get your snacks, get your drinks, go bake a cake and have it ready because you're going to need it. Let's get into it. Let's dive right in. The first one is going to be HAM by abbreviation. I have no idea what that is. Maybe Hamilton, I guess. Let's bring it up and let's see. And let's go through and give our opinions. This is going to be a reaction video. I've not seen these. You've not seen these. Let's start. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it was the Hamilton, it is Hamilton Tigers. So conference and division. So Eastern Conference, and then the Richard Division, region Canadian. There's a notes section down here. Oh my God, there's so many things to look at. Okay, notes, Tiger Head logo designed by Free Pick. All right, so maybe I won't read the notes as we go through. I'm just going to concentrate basically on the uniforms and stuff here. I think that based on the history of Hamilton, I believe they did have a team that was once called the Tigers. So the Hamilton Tigers fits. The colors, I do like the colors a lot, actually. The logo is quite nice. I really like that third kind of alternate uniform, which maybe throws back to their history. So that's neat. So yeah, I think this is, a good start. What a good start. Okay, next. Halifax Lions. All right, well, Halifax would be hypothetically the closest team to me for an expansion team, so I definitely have to give a thumbs up there. In terms of the name Lions, I think that's okay. The colors are very nice, so if you're not familiar with the Nova Scotia provincial flag, it is a blue flag with a white cross, I think, or is it white with a blue cross? Now I'm second guessing myself, I need to look it up. Yeah, it's white with a blue cross. Okay, so it's the opposite of Scotland, I think. But so maybe there's some influence here on these jerseys because of that, because there is a bit of a crossing line there, and then turns into kind of hockey sticks. So that's that's kind of neat. It doesn't look amazing on the jersey, but I understand the influence. And the alternate uniform, I don't know where that color is pulled from, other than the main of the logo, or whatever. It's been inversed a little bit, but it's okay. I like the pants. I like the socks. It's a very interesting brand for sure. Next, the Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London instead of London Werewolves. Werewolves of London. It's got to be London Werewolves. Werewolves of London just seems too proper or something. Yeah, London Werewolves. So the outer glow that I noticed on the logo, that would be difficult to replicate on a jersey. That would have to be a sublimation part of the jersey, and then the logo would have to go on top of that. So I don't know how realistic that outer glow is on the logo, but it's an interesting logo for sure. I can see a face in there, but then in the opposite negative space, I can also see the wolf. So that's kind of two personalities in one, I guess you could say, with the werewolf, which is, makes sense. And on the right-hand side, it looks to be all kinds of, maybe it does say in the notes, so I'm not even going to read it, but yeah, maybe a little bit too much going on in the alternate. But I like the colors, that's neat. Okay, next, Montreal Maroons. So there's definitely history there. I do love the gray with the white and the burgundy, or the maroon. That looks very good. I'm getting a little bit of like Latvia vibes, I guess, maybe from the home jersey. Looks very similar to their flag. The away jersey, the white one, that's pretty decent. I don't necessarily love the alternate, but I love anything Montreal Maroons. I mean, I would love to see come back. Next, the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, so here's a team that we're definitely familiar with. Wow, actually a really interesting jersey design here and uniform. I don't necessarily like the alternate. The home is okay. I really like the away though. I think that is a very innovative and really interesting way to make a jersey. So that's pretty cool actually, I like that. Next, the Ottawa Senators. And if you haven't noticed, I'm going a little bit quicker than I normally do because we've got 192 things to look at and from 64 teams. So yeah, let's go. Ottawa Senators. So it's the middle logo is a bit trippy. It's almost... yeah, there's something weird happening with that logo, but I like the striping in behind for sure. Nice texture as well. The alternate jersey is a little bit more classic, so I know it's pretty good. Quebec Nordiques. So the home and away is using the inspiration for what the Quebec Nordiques would have been. So if you're not familiar with the timeline of events, so basically in 1995-96 or around there, the Quebec Nordiques moved to a 95-96. They became the Colorado Avalanche, and then the Avalanche were born, like that whole brand. But prior to that, the Nordiques were actually going through a bit of a rebrand, and they were going to completely redo their jerseys and their logo. There are samples out there of that. That's actually public. There's a public photo, and this logo is kind of, I think, inspired from that. And so it's kind of interesting to see, actually. I really like the home jersey a lot. I like the fleur-de-lis on the inside. That's actually really nice. Classic logo on the shoulders. I think the away jersey looks good as well, so that's neat. All right, let's keep going. Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow, the alternate jersey is quite bold. I would love to see that, actually, if the dark blue was white, or if the light blue was the dark blue, and then the dark blue was white. Because I really like the maple leaf on there. I think you could do something with it, but I think the light blue and the dark blue is a little bit conflicting. But the rebrand on the home and away, it's okay. I will say that I'm getting actually Tampa Bay Lightning vibes a little bit because of the gray. So I don't know about that. I don't know. Boston Bruins, wow. Okay, ooh, that alternate though. Damn, that alternate looks so good. I really, really like that. That is an amazing alternate jersey. Home jerseys, okay. The away jersey, I think, is better than the home. All the uniforms are pretty decent, but that away jersey is nice. Keep going. Buffalo Sabres. Okay, this is going to be a miss for me on the home and away just based on the uniform. It looks like one big giant like roller blading or roller skating team or something. There's too much cohesiveness between the bottom and the top. It looks like a jumpsuit. So I would say no to the socks being designed like that, but the jersey is definitely okay. Now the alternate uniform is actually quite nice. I do like that and the colors as well. Moving on, Hartford Whalers. Well, we've got some new colors, I guess, for the home and away, although I don't know how realistic that would be if they were to come back, hypothetically. I can't imagine they would use blue, and black and white as their primary or their color palette. I think they would absolutely go back to their classic green and gray and that kind of thing. So it's interesting to look at. I just don't think that they would take this direction if this was a universe that existed. New Jersey Devils. Okay, so a bit of a modern home, bit of a modern away as well. I think those look okay. Losing the backing from the logo on the front. Now the alternate jersey is giving me Cardiff Devils vibes from the EIHL, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a little bit different. Next, the New York Islanders. Okay, so basically home and away jersey mixed with the Fisherman. That does look good. The alternate jersey wouldn't necessarily be for me. Maybe a stadium series or something, but not alternate. It's all right. New York Rangers. Yes to the shoulders. A little bit busy, but still yes. No to the backing stripe in the middle, the angled one. Yes to the logo, and yes to everything else. So home and away, make those adjustments, and that would be great for me personally. The alternate is really cool, actually. That is basically a scene put into the uniform, or at least that's what I see. And you could kind of maybe interpret it this two ways. If you look at the shape of the general left and the general right, and a dip in the middle, you could say, okay, well, maybe that's a bridge. Maybe that's a Brooklyn Bridge. Or on the, the New York City is known for its architecture, its tall buildings. You could argue that maybe they're buildings or something. Either way, it's a really cool representation of that city geographically. So I actually really like that alternate uniform. It's really cool. Next, the Providence Narwhal. Who's your favorite team? Oh, it's the Narwhals. I cheer for the Narwhals. That's weird. I kind of like it though. I'm memeing on it a little bit, but I do like it. Now the colors, we're being thrown back into the early 90s with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and I like this. I guess it depends on what the Anaheim Ducks look like moving forward in this video, because if they go back based on Nifty's, I guess, then would this team have the same color palette? Probably not, but I like what I'm seeing right here, actually. I like that a lot. All the jerseys, actually, quite nice. Wow, Rochester Americans. This is a mix between the New York Rangers, the Washington Capitals, the Brooklyn Americans old team, and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Put them all together and you get the Rochester Americans, basically. It's a little bit busy, but I do really like it, actually. I love the classic, worn, weathered kind of vibes to it. Not so much the alternate, but the home and the away are actually amazing. Next up, the Baltimore Blades. Okay. Colors are really, really good. That really light blue with the orange and a really dark, almost ocean blue back there. That looks very, very good. Very complimentary. Alternate, not for me personally. The logo on the front, too busy. There's too much going on. So it's very modern, but it's illegible. It's too busy, but I love the colors. Columbus Blue Jackets. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. Actually, all the uniforms here are quite nice. Home and away, paying some respect maybe to a bit of a weathered look. And that's nice. The alternate as well. The nice stars on there. I don't even mind that it says Columbus down below, actually. That looks good. Next is Cincinnati Stingers. Well, the alternate goes very hard. I don't think that's a realistic jersey. Maybe as a warm-up or possibly another league. I can't imagine something like that existing in the NHL. As well as the home and the away, I think it's a little bit too cartoony almost or something. I can't really put my finger on it. It just doesn't feel realistic. It's an interesting brand. I think you could maybe do something a little bit different though. All right, next, Cleveland Barons. Okay, we're reaching back into our history here. So the Cleveland Barons did exist in the NHL. Oh, you're testing my memory here. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the Cleveland Barons came from the California Golden Seals around like 1976-ish. And then I think they lasted for 2 or 3 years and then became I think they merged with like the Minnesota North Stars around like 1977, 78-ish. So they do have NHL history, so it's nice to see them in this kind of expansion. And I actually really like the colors a lot. You got the burgundy or the maroon in there, paired very nicely with an extremely light, desaturated blue. That looks amazing. And a bit of gold or whatever in there too. It's very different, very, very different, but I think it would do very well, actually, I think, in the jersey collecting community, just because it is so different. Next, the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to say a negatory on the logo. It almost looks like a cannon or something, or futuristic headphones. Logo's not for me. I don't love the stripes either, and I'm not a fan of the alternate. So I think all around I would say no to this one personally. Next, the Philadelphia Flyers. All right, that's a pretty decent home and away overall. The alternate is, I like that logo actually. I don't necessarily love the stripes on the arms, but I really like that logo. That's cool. Pittsburgh Penguins. Ooh, okay, so not a fan of the alternate because I didn't like those jerseys in the Reebok years, so when they wore them, I was never a fan of that design. But the home and the away, I feel like it's almost a little bit too desaturated, and there's not enough yellow, or I'm not exactly sure. It's not bad, it's just I don't love it. Washington Capitals. Okay, really cool alternate. The way that logo's done is very cool. I like the stars on the arms as well. That's a neat alternate. I might swap for blue pants though, maybe just to add. It might be too much blue actually. You might have made the right choice actually there with the red pants. The home and the away. I don't love the notches, the notch striping kind of coming in. I would probably get rid of that personally. Everything else looks good. Atlanta Thrashers. Oh, sorry. What was the last one? I haven't been looking at the regions or the divisions. This is the Howe division, the Washington one. Still, okay, so Atlanta Thrashers were still in this division, but now we're in Region Sunbelt, okay? Atlanta Thrashers, absolutely, look at this. This is amazing. That alternate, the staged colorization there and the striping looks very, very good. Almost looks like feathers a little bit. Yeah, sign me up. Absolutely sign me up for this one. Birmingham Bulls. I think there's a place in the UK called Birmingham. I think that's how they say it. Birmingham? Birmingham Bulls. Well, the colors are definitely cool. I think there's too much going on in terms of design on the jersey, though. You're swooping down the arm, you're swooping up by the armpit, you're swooping back down by the nip, and then you got a sharp line right up to the neck. So I think there's a little bit too much going on, but I like the colors a lot and that alternate Stadium Series vibes. Next, Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, so this has been completely rebranded here. I like the gradient in the home jersey. The warning pattern or flag, whatever, on the arm is maybe a little too prominent. I think it needs some transparency there. I kind of like the logo. That's neat. It's very aggressive. The away jersey's nice. And the alternate's probably not for me personally. All right, moving on. Florida Panthers. Wow, oh my goodness. That is trippy. I kind of like it. I kind of really like it, actually. It's so different. I've never seen anything like that. I'm kind of down with this. The home jersey, or the home uniform specifically. I don't know how I feel about the away jersey. I find the amount of white in the middle going to yellow back to white of the helmet. There's some clashing going on there. I might even accept a yellow helmet for the away jersey. But anyways, Hampton Roads Rhinos. Where the heck is Hampton Roads? Hampton Roads. I've never heard of that before in my life. Hampton Roads, Virginia? Listen, I guess technically I've been there, but I don't remember. I was little, so I don't really remember it. But I've never heard of Hampton Roads in my life. Anyway, I like the brand a lot. The colors are really good. The logo is cool. It's a neat name as well, Rhinos. Yeah, I don't necessarily love the alternate jersey or uniform, but it is pretty innovative. That's cool. Yeah, I like this one. This is actually one of my favorite new brands so far. Next, the Miami Screaming Eagles. Oh my goodness, look at that alternate jersey. That is wild. Okay, I don't like the logo, but I kind of am digging the vibes of everything else. I think you could do something a little bit more intricate with the logo. It's a little bit too two-dimensional at the moment. So maybe something a little bit more intricate. But yeah, this is actually really cool. Next, in Nashville Predators, we got 4 jerseys here. Does that mean 193 uniforms total? Either way, I think all of these are pretty decent, actually. Even the yellow one, and you guys know how I feel about yellow. I actually like the yellow one here. They're all two-tone, or the home and the away are two-tone. The alternate, or the white alternate, is not, but is nice. Yeah, I actually like all of these. Well done on this one, Nifty. Next, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Alternate is phenomenal. Home and away, I think there's clashing here. It almost looks like there's 2 design languages coming together, 2 brands coming together, a monochrome black and white one, and also some colors. It's almost like the home and away uniforms used to exist in monochrome, and then they had an alternate which is very colorful, and you just like took patches and put it on or something. Yeah, I don't know, it feels a little bit off. I kind of like the direction that it's going. Yeah, I think it needs maybe a little bit more refined. What do you guys think of this one? Next, Chicago Blackhawks. Alternate's pretty cool. Home and away, pretty decent. I don't love the logo, but it's not bad, not bad. Next, the Indianapolis Racers. Okay, so it looks like a piston with wings, possibly. I don't necessarily like that logo. It's a bit odd. I think there was a team called the Racers. I don't know their history, though. They might have played in the WHA, but not my favorite so far. Kansas City Express. Wow. The colors are actually pretty neat. Very weathered, very like 70s, 80s kind of vibes. I don't like the colors here, though. Like the off-white on the dark jersey and then the brown on the white jersey. I would just remove that. It looks like backpack straps. So I'm not a fan of that, but everything else is actually pretty cool. Next, the Milwaukee Hogs. I don't necessarily love that name, and I don't necessarily like much of what I'm seeing here. This brand would not be for me personally. I think this is a miss probably on every front for me. Sorry, Nifty. Next, the Minnesota Wild. Okay. That's actually a really cool alternate. It goes a little bit too hard, but it is very cool. Now, I like if you look at the logo, you see a bit of a pinnacle or a star or something, or a bit of like where it makes up the eye of the bear. That's almost replicated a little bit on the shoulder, so you can kind of see the star in there. And it might also be a little bit of paying respect or being influenced by their history of the Minnesota North Stars. So I kind of like that influence. That's a really cool decision by Nifty to have those. It's neat. Next, the Omaha Mammoths. Wow. That is actually an amazing logo. I really like that logo a lot. I like the home uniform and jersey. That is fantastic. Not loving the away one, and the alternates wouldn't be for me, but I really like the home uniform. Next is St. Louis Blues. Wow, really cool alternate jersey, actually. That is definitely new. The home is okay. The away is okay. Nothing to write home about. Just solid jerseys, uniforms. Next, Winnipeg Jets. Okay, so I don't love the blue pants actually on the home uniform. The away uniform is very nice. The alternate is decent. It's not bad. Continue. Austin Bats. Okay, the alternate I like, except for the logo. I would definitely change that logo. The away and the home, you've got some like neon lights and stuff happening here. I think that's a little bit too much for me, but I love the colors. Like, you nailed the colors. Like purple and green look great together with some black, with some white as well. So I think you're definitely onto something here, Austin. Next, the Arizona Coyotes. Wow, that is an amazing alternate jersey and uniform. That is very nice. And I absolutely adore that little sprinkle of teal or blue or aqua or whatever that is in the home and away, specifically in the away jersey. I really like that a lot. That is phenomenal. What a nice little touch there. Next, the Colorado Avalanche. Well, well, well. That is a very interesting home and away jersey. I think it clashes a little bit with the execution on the socks. And I'm really talking about angularity here. So if you look at the striping on the jersey, there's not a singular horizontal stripe or line or whatever. And it's all horizontal on the socks. So there's just a bit of clashing there in terms of cohesiveness. But pretty neat overall, actually. Next, the Dallas Stars. Ooh, slap to the face of the Minnesota North Stars. Throwing some yellow in here. I actually really like this. It's not victory green enough to where Dallas fans probably want, but I like this. I like this a lot. I don't think the pants match on the away uniform. They do on the home uniform, but I really like the away jersey. I really like the home jersey. That's cool. This might be one of my favorites so far, actually. Just very different. I really like looking at designs that I've never seen before. Houston Apollos. Okay, as a space lover, you could really do anything with this brand. If you just called it Apollos, I'm probably going to like it. I would personally choose a different primary color for the home jersey, but I like where you're going with it. Like the whole design is pretty awesome. I may choose a dark blue as a primary color. The alternate jersey goes mega hard. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Next, is this a team in Mexico? Mexico City Astronomers, and that's in Spanish. Astronomos de la Ciudad. I don't know how to say that. Astronomos de la Ciudad. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to say that. I have no idea. I don't know Spanish. Mexico City Astronomers. Well, if I'm not mistaken, there is definitely, I don't know if it's referencing Mayan history or culture. I guess it might be in the notes, but they took a lot of influence from the sun and alignments and stuff. So that's a pretty interesting idea actually for a brand. The alternate is wild, absolutely wild, almost Minnesota wild in a way. It's definitely a really cool thought process or thought exercise to flush this out as a brand. I really like this nifty. It's not my favorite so far, but I just love how different it is. I really appreciate that. Next, the New Orleans Paladins. Wow. Okay, so the logo is incredible. The alternate would not be for me. The fleur-de-lis on there makes sense because there is a lot of French influence down in New Orleans, but I'm not digging the brown with the yellow. It's a bit of an awkward combo for me personally. Next, the Tulsa Tempests. So colors are good, but in this hypothetical world, these are the exact same colors that the Toronto Maple Leafs used a long time ago when we looked, I don't know, 45 teams ago. So I don't necessarily like that. I think there would have to be something a little bit different for them to stand out from the Toronto Maple Leafs, even though they're, I guess, technically not in the same division or region. But then thinking of that, we've got the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning using basically almost exact same home and away uniforms, and they're in the same division in real life today. So maybe my opinion that I just said doesn't matter. But this is an okay brand. Not for me, though. Alaska Glaciers. Well, here is a brand that is for me. I love this. This is awesome. It is a little bit too modern, but I like the logo is really cool. The colors are perfect for Alaska. And the constellation that's on there, I believe on the Alaskan state flag or Alaska state flag, there is that or something similar. So maybe that's where that's pulled from, but yeah, that's neat. I like this. Calgary Flames. Yeah, this is not too bad. The alternate jersey is unique for sure. I would say I personally like what they have now more. Next, the Edmonton Oilers. I would actually say the exact same comment for this. This is okay, but I like what they have more now. Portland Rosebuds. This ain't it. I don't think this is plausible. I think this is too, and I don't want to get into politics and all that nonsense, but I think this is a little bit too feminine for a NHL brand or a team that has essentially men on it. I don't think that hockey players, the traditional hockey player, would be excited to wear something like this. And that's not a personal opinion. That's just based on hockey culture and hockey society. But I just don't see this as a plausible brand. I like the colors together. I think you could, like, there's a lot of potential here. If the team was named something else besides a Rosebuds, because Rosebuds is also a little bit of a soft name. It's not intimidating. It's a little bit too, like, it's so opposite from traditional North American sports teams, which are hurricanes and avalanche and just like crazy things that happen, or like animals or whatever, you know, like it's Rosebud is just a little bit soft and stuff. So I just don't see this being a plausible outcome for a Portland team personally. I do love the colors though, and it is the alternate jersey and alternate uniform is actually very nice. Next is Saskatoon Atomics. Okay, this is a very cool idea for a brand. The logo is, I think, could be fleshed out a little bit more, but I love the name. I love like the warning kind of caution striping on there. The alternates is not for me, but the home and away is really cool. You could do a lot with this name. Next is Seattle Kraken. Wow, there's a lot going on here. I think too much in the jersey, maybe for the alternate as well. The alternate's decent, but I think too much going on in the home and the away. Continuing on, the Spokane Canaries. Okay, that is a lot of yellow. I do like it though. I think you'd have to make the pants either purple or black or something, because right now it's just, there's too much yellow. The alternate is nice. Here's a really good example actually. Canaries, which is not an intimidating name. It is also a very soft name. But when you take it and you see, look at the logo. It has a bit of aggression to it. You're going to make a Rosebud into something aggressive? You know, probably not. Canaries? Yeah, you definitely can. So I think this works in this instance, and purple is also a very feminine color, but it works. Like, it completely works. I think you need that, almost that aggressive character or persona or something about the team. And so, yeah, I think this would be a successful, or at least potential brand, I think, in the NHL. Yeah, I get just too much yellow. I like the purple, I like the logo, and I like the name. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. You know, very similar concepts than what we've seen in the past. Nothing to complain about here. Pretty expected. Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Okay, so yeah, almost a little bit too much going on in this jersey as well. Not necessarily in the middle of the jersey, but maybe up near the shoulder region, I think. Alternate would not be for me either. I don't really like that sash kind of look, but I love going back to those colors. California Seals. Okay, alternate, definitely not for me. It looks like a basketball jersey thrown onto a hockey uniform, so that's going to be a no. But the home and the away, I really like that a lot, actually. It is a little bit busy, but it is very cool. I love the colors chosen. Next, the Hawaii United. Why is there an apostrophe? There's no apostrophe in there in Hawaii, is there? There's not. Well, I don't know why that apostrophe is not. If there's a reason, I don't know it. Anyways, it looks weird. For me, yeah. Home, away, and alternate wouldn't be for me. I think it's the logo that's throwing me off, actually. I don't know if it's like the impression of it being a shadow in the front or something. I'm not sure. It's throwing me off a little bit. Next, the Los Angeles Kings. Really like that kind of sun logo on the arm. That's very neat. And I love the alternate. Oh my God, that's a nice alternate. What the crap? That is so nice. I love that. I love that alternate uniform. That is amazing. San Diego Mariners. Love the colors. The colors are awesome. You're sneaking into San Jose Sharks territory a little bit, though. I like the logo. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like the colors, I like the uniform, I like the brand. San Jose Sharks. Okay, well, you know, speaking of which, we got no orange in here, so I think that's okay. Actually, those home and away jerseys are very nice. I think better than what they use now. That might be a bit of a hot take, but I really like them. The alternate as well. That's a cool alternate. That is a very cool alternate. I like that. Next, the Utah Cutthroats. Wow, okay. Colors are good. Logo is pretty decent. Alternate, it's okay. Yeah, another really cool, new, neat brand. Next, the Vegas Golden Knights. I like the home uniform and the jersey. That's good. The away jersey, it's okay. It's all right. The alternate is got some neon vibes happening there a little bit. I think that was pretty decent. That was the last one. Okay, how am I going to pick my favorite between 64 of these files? Okay, I'm going to give a couple of shoutouts here. Maybe not like a winner as far as a team, but individual uniforms. The first one's going to be the Boston alternate. This, I would say, was in my top 3 of the 193 technical uniforms that we looked at in this video. That's going to be my top 3. That is Absolutely one of the best alternate jerseys or uniforms I've ever seen from Boston. I'll give another call out to the Rochester Americans. I really like the home and away. Yeah, it's absolutely busy, but it's also very classic at the same time. I love the usage of off-white. I'll give a small shout out to the Florida Panthers home jersey, home uniform. I really like that. It took me completely off guard, but I like it. And we'll give a shout out to the Hampton Roads Rhinos home and away uniforms. Those were very cool. A very cool new brand. And we'll give one to the Arizona Coyotes alternate jersey as well. That's awesome. Yeah, and sorry, Minnesota fans, but I got to give it to the Dallas North Stars here a little bit. I kind of like that away jersey a lot. And we're definitely going to give a shout out to the Los Angeles Kings alternate uniform. That is so good. And I guess I'll kind of leave it there. There's so much to talk about with. I mean, we looked at so much. I did rush through this, so I do apologize for that, but this is obviously going to be a longer video than we normally do on a Friday. But such a massive and huge shout out to Nifty, the designer here, because it's difficult to come up with 32 jerseys, and then it's more difficult to come up with 32 uniforms, and then it's more difficult to come up with an expansion of 64 teams and then doing uniforms for those. And then you got an additional away in there and an alternate. The amount of time and effort, thought process that has gone into this set by Nifty is unbelievable. Such an incredible, impressive series that we just looked at. And I can't thank you enough, Nifty, for submitting these, because work like this deserves to be in the eyes of the viewers. And it was such good work to look at as well. So I really enjoyed looking at your work. Thank you so much for submitting it. It was just such a pleasure to look at all of these things. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you do want to leave your comments down below, I would really appreciate that. What was your favorite uniform, set, team, new team, whatever? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video and you're not subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button, because we do this every single Friday on the channel. And of course, obviously, if you did like it, hit the like button, because that definitely helps as well. Hope you guys have a great start to your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Adios.